What's up, everybody? Rarity Games here for another live podcast, the second one, podcast number 16 now, dude.
Yeah, 16. We're getting up there.
Yeah, it's nice. But there's a ton to talk about now, as Chris said.
Well,
Like we got
yeah, I was gonna
a
say,
big news drop yesterday. He hit
I,
me up, let me know what was going on, and it
yeah,
it is some important and awesome stuff.
so Eric, one of the things that popped out for me recently was the addition of a new Paper Mario game coming
I
to
know.
Switch.
Origami too,
Yes, yes,
the Origami King, I believe it's called.
that is correct.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks awesome. It looks like it really takes that Paper Mario conventions and that like Thousand Year Door old school style and like messes with it and turns it on its head a little bit. I dig it. I'm super excited. I'm super excited they decided to just do like a stealth drop of, oh, here's the game. It's coming in 2 months.
yeah, yeah. I love that. Nintendo's been doing that a little more lately, and it's been, I think, helping their like press and stuff has been working
Yeah.
very well
Well,
compared to how it used to.
and I think given the environment and everything that the world's going through, like we need to get what's in the channel, just get it out now. Just get it out because like everyone's stuck at home, everyone's going nuts, everyone's looking for something to play. A new Paper Mario game is awesome, and I don't know about you, but Animal Crossing's great. So many people love Animal Crossing. It's not really my game, so
Yeah,
I really haven't been playing my Switch a whole heck of a lot. I've been playing more my tablet and my Xbox and stuff because I've got newer things to play on there. I go back with my girl and play Mario Odyssey once in a very rare while, just to kind of have some fun with it, sort of thing. Play something with her, but other than that, like I haven't really been playing my Switch in quarantine.
yeah, really. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what happened to me too because of the SD card. Remember, I had that little issue with that. I did
yeah,
actually just grab a new one, so I grabbed that
yeah,
SD card and I've been playing a few different things. And then I just saw a trailer for the most recent Marvel Ultimate Alliance DLC drop, and
yeah.
they just added Fantastic Four. The last one
I
was
was
like a
gonna
bunch of
say, is this
X
the
Men.
fourth drop?
Third, there's three in
Third,
the
okay.
expansion pass. So the first one I believe was yeah, the vampire one. So it
Yeah, they
came,
did Morpheus and stuff like that.
yeah, Morpheus, Blade, Punisher, and Moon
Blade, there you
Knight.
go.
And
Yeah, yeah.
then they did the second one was Gambit, Iceman, I want, what else do I want to say?
A bunch of the X-Men. Like
Gambit,
Cyclops, right?
Iceman, Phoenix, and one other guy.
I think
Cable.
Cyclops.
Cable.
Oh, the
No,
Cable? Okay.
Cyclops and all them was free. That was Cyclops
Oh, is that what that was? I
Colossus
remember that was a
was
drop.
a free drop. Yeah, but and then now they just added the Fantastic Four DLC. So
Hmm.
that one comes with Doom, like a Doom storyline. So that should be
Nice.
really cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that like I was like, ooh, like let me, yeah, like I kind of want to get back in there now. That between that and Astral Chain, I should be picking back up my Switch a little more often.
Well, well, and one of the things I was waiting for was like a good deal on the Ultimate Alliance, maybe like a gold edition, something that has like a pass for all the DLC in it, sort of thing. And I
Mm-hmm.
haven't really seen like a Game of the Year edition bundle for that one yet, or gold edition bundle for that one yet.
Yeah, gotcha. It I don't know if I don't really do bundles all that often on Switch. Not really like a bundle. Like they'll do a sale, but
That's what I mean. You know what I mean? Like the Game of the Year, like, oh, here, buy this one thing and you get everything with it.
yeah, exactly.
I try and wait for like a year after the fact because that is a Nintendo published game. It's a Nintendo console exclusive. So like that game's not going anywhere else. It's staying on the Switch.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, but so yeah, the Paper Mario game like that's a bit of a throw off in my opinion. Like it threw me off the way that you're a flat Mario, like a flat paper Mario,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're in a 3D origami paper world. I was like, "Whoa, that's a good spin on this. I like that."
So that doesn't surprise me for two reasons. One, we've been hearing a lot of rumors about all these Mario games that are going to be coming to the
Mm,
Switch. Remaster of classic Mario games, some new Mario games. Obviously, this is one of the new Mario games. But another reason this doesn't surprise me was, do you remember on 3DS, it was Zelda: A Link Between Worlds?
yeah.
This reminds me of A Link Between Worlds, but for the Switch, because it mixes that 2D, 3D play style
Yeah.
so heavily. So in A Link Between Worlds on 3DS, you used to be able to like go from like a top down, almost like Super NES Zelda, and then you would use like a magic item and merge into a wall to solve puzzles and go flat, go
Yeah,
2D.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I think that this is going to be that style of game. It's going to play with that 2D to 3D comparison. The fact that your enemies are like evolved in 3D and origamied, it seems like they're trying to do that like big world switch, almost like they tried to do with what was the one on Wii U? Paint the Super
Oh,
Paper Mario Paint something.
I don't
Color Splash.
remember for
Color
sure.
Splash.
Okay,
That's what it
okay,
was.
gotcha.
Color
It wasn't
Splash.
too popular. I remember that. Like, it wasn't because the Wii U kind of made
Well,
everything not as
yeah,
popular.
it was a solid game, but as per usual, the Wii U only sold I think like
Yeah,
15 million. You know,
that was
so
the one generation of Nintendo Series stuff that I just did not pay attention to whatsoever. It's
yeah.
just one of those things.
Oh, excuse me.
You're good. But the big one, man, that really got me was like, sticking with Nintendo Switch is the fact that they're remaking every single Mario game. Like that.
Well, that's the rumor, and it seems like it's going to be like another greatest hits kind of thing, where like they're going to do 64 and
Yeah,
re-update it, and
yeah,
then
and
do
they'll
like
do
maybe
one by one.
Galaxy,
Yeah,
and then
slowly.
re-update it. It's going to be
Yeah,
like that kind of thing. Yeah.
that's super exciting though. Like I had Dan here the other day or the last night, and I showed him the Paper Mario. He freaked out. He was like, "I'm buying this game." He's like, "I'm buying this." And I was like, "You don't have a Switch." He's like, "I don't care. I'm buying it, and I'm playing it on your Switch." He's like, he is that excited about it. He's like, "I'm gonna buy every one of those Mario games," because he played most of Odyssey for me. Like we played half of it together. But then, like, he couldn't put it down. Every time he came over, I'd be playing something on the PS4, and he's right
Yeah.
there on the Switch in the back, like, "Oh, dude, yo, look at this! I almost beat him." Like, all
And
right.
Odyssey was one of those games that grabbed you and you got the book. You were all in for like 100 hours.
What's up, Joey? Who's
Yo yo
messaging me
Joe.
right now? Shit, I don't know how I'm just remembering to do this, but invite two groups. Not entirely sure how they do this promotion. Okay, thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it, brother. And my chat is not popping up on the side of this. First try, seeing if it worked. Didn't work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But oh well, I can see it on my phone now at least.
Switching to some new recording software, working the bugs out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything looks great. I love the layover. I'm loving all the setup here. I love it, but I don't know if it's because Joey is sending me stuff in my watch party I set up, or so it might be separate. But yeah, we're doing good, Joey. How you doing, buddy? We are chilling.
So one of the things that that I've been looking forward to that actually slipped past me last time because there was just so much information to get out in the last episode. We hadn't been with you guys in a while. The Yakuza series is bringing the new Yakuza game over to Xbox One and Xbox Series X, the Like a Dragon Yakuza.
Yeah, they were all PS4 exclusive titles.
They were, and that's one of the things that that I've been playing recently. Is they just bought over Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami, essentially like the remaster of 1 and then the prequel 0. I've been playing them, and it reminds me of being a kid and watching like old kung fu movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that kind of like subtitle style to it. Some amazing fighting. It's a fighting game disguised as an open world story game. It's really compelling. I think I'm gonna play through maybe not necessarily all of them because I think there's like 7 or 8 games in this series to begin with. But 1 and 0 are on Game Pass, so I'm gonna play through 1, the remaster, and then play through 0 and play through the new one coming out.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because apparently it's like a cast of characters that like continue through all these games, so it's like a video game soap opera,
for the share,
but
Joey.
with the Yakuza. So like I don't want to get into story stuff because it's like literally a story heavy game.
Yeah,
but it's worth a play. It's hardcore worth a play. I didn't expect to get into it, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've seen it. It definitely been in the back of my head a few times to snag it, but I've never been one into those super like like fighting game style type things.
So
So
neither have I, because I'm not really a fighting game guy. But the fighting is so interspersed. It's like you watch a 10-minute cutscene,
I know
you
it's a
walk
story
around an
game.
open
Yeah,
world to go buy something or go do some
yeah,
task,
yeah,
and then you might have like a round or two fight in the middle, and it feels almost like a Dragon Ball Z game.
yeah.
The way like random goofy characters pop up, but
Yeah,
like there's all this
okay. I
serious
could
stuff
probably
in
enjoy
it.
that. You liking it to that? I could enjoy that.
Dude,
We got
there's
Murphy,
this
dude. We got Murphy in chat. We got my buddy
hey
Chris.
Murphman.
Yeah, and Joey also asked you, what do you think about Marvel possibly buying the DC Comics like label? Did you hear about
I
this?
think I did not. I thought it could be very cool. They tried to do crossover stuff like 20 years ago, but DC is owned by Warner, and that's like their bread and butter for Warner Brothers. So I don't know if it'll
That's what I said
necessarily
to him.
go through
Yeah,
because literally the way it's being positioned is like Disney has Marvel and Warner has DC. So like they're literally blocking these like content pools off so they have like a stable of movies and stuff to make.
yeah, yeah. Murph said, "What's up? How you doing, buddy?"
Murphy.
Yeah, yeah. When I said that to Joey as well, I was like, "That's a little weird to hear.
Mhm.
Whether maybe Warner Brothers is falling apart a little bit behind the scenes. We don't really know. Whether it's
I don't
actually a
think
partnership or this is all just a rumor. You know, it
I
could.
don't think they're falling apart behind the scenes. I think what's far more likely is they have all this huge amount of like lore and canon to draw off of. With DC's been doing well with this information, but they haven't been building universe. They haven't been chaining together or anything.
Yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, that's very true. So like it could come down to them doing a Sony type deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Easily.
like Disney talking to them and being like, okay, let's work on a movie or two together. Let's work on a few comics together, and we'll see how things go. We get this percentage, you get that percentage. We'll just have a few
Well,
of our guys
mm-hmm.
come over and work on your stuff and see how you like it. And I
and one
think
of
that
the
would be cool.
and one of the things I think is far more likely, other than Disney getting a hold of them, is it's probably going to be somebody like Comcast or NBC Universal
Mm-hmm.
because like oh let's make some money off of somebody that's not Disney. People are going to start making partnerships outside of Disney and around Disney because Disney
Yes,
now has
just
Marvel,
about everything.
Star Wars. Yeah, they have like everything.
Yeah, yeah, we all know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you on that one too. He brought it up to me yesterday, and I kind of felt the same way. I was like, I don't know that Warner Brothers would give up that easily and go straight to their competitors. You know, for yeah, but
Well,
you never know.
one of the things that could also come into play with this whole Warner Brothers situation is that there has not been a good Warner Brothers game in forever outside of like the Arkham series.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Don't get me wrong, Mad Max was cool. I really enjoyed Mad Max as like a driving fan kind of thing, but like it wasn't the like smash hit that like you would need to stay in a studio like that.
yeah, not at all. And then like you got stuff like Birds of Prey came out like recently, and like as soon as that started to actually say
It
it
came
was a
and
good
it came and
movie,
went.
yeah, as soon as it started to say, hey, this is actually kind of a good movie, then the whole coronavirus thing happened. So as soon as they
Yeah.
might have had something on their hands, it disappears and goes to digital catalogs. Like, so nobody really got the chance to
Yeah.
see that in theaters, and then people end up forgetting about it. So that's unfortunate, but um, back to the gaming side of things. That Ghost of Tsushima State of Play.
That was
Holy
cool.
crap! Like that was one of the best things I think I've ever seen come out of PlayStation recently. Other than The Last of Us, like that, look, just the way that game looks and feels, like it
Yeah.
just blew me
And
away.
I think that was necessary because A, it's been a while since we heard from that game.
Yeah,
B, we're all in lockdown, so people are just sitting here daydreaming of what this stuff could be and not what it actually is. So the
and how
longer they
much we
wait
need
without
it.
Yeah, the longer they wait without saying something, people are just going to build it into stuff in their heads that it might not be, like, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
But
It's a little
I dig
risky on
that.
that.
Yeah, and I dig some of the style choices they made, like minimalizing the user interface, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful world you're running around in.
Yeah.
So you don't have that like UI element to try and like pull you out of the experience. It's more of like, oh, I'm living a movie kind of thing.
Yeah, like they've been finding ways to minimize waypoints and stuff like that. They did mention there is
Hmm.
still fast travel in it, which is nice. Like once you
Yeah.
find an area and once you discover it or complete it, you got
Hmm.
the fast travel ability. So that is nice that like even though it's very immersive game, they're keeping some of
Yeah.
those game elements to it, which is good. Um, and like yeah, like you said, like the wind and the stuff like that just blew me away. Like the way that they handled it was incredible. But yeah, as I was saying, like it's amazing to see how much hard work they put into the whole like aspect of that game, like the
Hmm.
details, the movement, the
Yeah.
different stances that they
Well,
put
and that.
in the
Yeah.
1 second the different stances they put into it, like they had like a water stance and then like a fire and wind stance, like
Hmm.
so you have to actually adjust based off what kind of fight you're doing. The parrying system for like the
Yeah.
arrows and all that, like they put so much detail into even like how you end up killing a guy, like how the way he falls over, the way that your certain attack affects him, like it looks so clean and so well done.
It looks like the game design and the art design work so hand in hand that
Yes.
everything has a purpose, which I completely love. That like everything is there for a reason. There's not just some ish in the background.
Exactly.
So,
it's kind of crazy, honestly.
mhm.
It
um,
how well they did it.
I think that we're gonna see from Sony a lot of games like this that are going to be quality games, but are going to be that kind of half step in between the PS4 and the PS5 life cycle
Yeah.
because it's not going to be able to take native full advantage of all the crazy stuff the PS5. But I'm quite sure it's going to really take advantage of the reduced loading times and everything just being right there for it. So that
Yeah.
way you're not taken out of that kind of experience. Now they did do that one little show of you walking through like a crevice in like Uncharted loading screen fashion, where like you're I'm walking through.
Hold on, I'm doing. But yeah, they that and I feel like the whole aspect you can see them really leaning towards the like immersion aspect,
Oh yeah,
and
totally.
like the details in the Last of Us 2 trailers and this trailer, you can see that they're setting these games up for the launch of PS5.
Oh
um
totally.
that they have like the mud and the different details, like because they were so emphasizing on the bow and arrow type stuff
Oh
with
yeah,
how
totally.
the tension triggers, and then they got the haptic feedback in the controller for the
Hmm.
movement. So I'm very very excited about that, the fact that they were like thinking ahead that much.
Sure.
And then they gave the couple delays that we had on both games, then
Hmm.
the smaller delay because of coronavirus was actually
Yeah.
kind of nice, because they were able to Ghost of Tsushima's ready to come out in June, but they said, you know what, let's let The Last of Us 2 come out, because that was planned to come out first. We're gonna throw
Hmm.
that in the June slot now, and then we'll give you guys an extra month to polish the game, and you'll come out in
Yeah.
July. And I think that's a great idea, and they separate their exclusives, and then they also give us the opportunity to finish playing them, and
Not
it's like the polish.
not to mention the fact they dodged that cyberpunk bullet
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. They're gonna come
because
out
cyberpunk
beforehand.
got bumped and is now in September as opposed to May when it originally was going to come out.
Exactly. That's
So
something that's
yeah,
very clutch
yeah,
for them.
yeah, because I think cyberpunk is going to be this year's Red Dead 2, where like anyone and everyone that has a video game console is going to find a way to get Cyberpunk 2077.
hundred
This
percent.
game is this game is going to be, if not necessarily the official game of the year, easily the oh, everyone played that game this year. This was the year of Cyberpunk.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be one of them, and it's unfortunate that it's coming at the end of the year, because then we're gonna miss it. Like some of these games are gonna miss out on a chance to win some awards, because
Oh yeah.
Cyberpunk's coming at the end of the year and it's gonna steal up everything that didn't already get taken.
I
And
I have a feeling like story and sound design and a lot of those awards that would typically go to like AAA indie studios, that kind of like, is going to get all eaten up by Cyberpunk this year.
very quickly.
Yep.
And like, I mean, I get it. It looks incredible. They even got genitalia that you can you can modify and change the size of. So that's pretty like in depth. If they're going as far as doing that, then you can imagine the other things that they're
And,
putting in the game.
well, and not only that, but CD Projekt Red is known for their goofy, crazy customization
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And
exactly.
technically speaking, CD Projekt Red was an indie studio at one point.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And
I mean, technically they made their own platform and built everything out to do it themselves. So you know.
yeah, but like, dude, it's just I'm so excited for every game that's coming out. Every AAA game that's hitting the market is gonna be just baffling how good it's gonna be. We're gonna be
Yeah.
so surprised by it every single time. Where it's like
I
something completely new.
I think this is going to be one of those generational jumps where like you don't necessarily see the difference when you're playing a last gen game to the upcoming generation,
Mm-hmm.
but once you play it and feel the difference, it's going to be like going back to like some of the old arcade games where it's like, oh, you just scroll left and right, there's no up and down. It's going to be one of those things where like there was before the SSD and then there was after the SSD for like, mainstream gaming.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Good.
Like like just the way that like you can see the combat, how they
Mm-hmm.
maximize the ability of the PS4, like the combat in both Last of Us and this, like the way that like you move when you get hit in
Mm-hmm.
Last of Us, like she's dodging like a real person would. She's like she hits the wall if she has to dodge really hard to get out of the way. Like she'll like fall on the ground if she's
Mm-hmm.
trying too many things at one time to survive. It's very realistic. And then the same with the movement in Ghost of Tsushima. Like the way he reacts to every situation, it's just so maximized. Like I could see a lot of
Mm-hmm.
PS4s, OGs having issues running these games because of how
Well,
polished it
and
is.
and speaking of that, there is an article on Kotaku that they just brought out about Anthem.
Oh God.
It They were saying it's going to be a while till Anthem 2.0 or the Anthem reboot or whatever you want to call it. Um, but one of the things that I think caused so many problems was the fact that that game was built and designed for PCs. Anthem was made for PCs with SSDs. If you played it on PC with an SSD, that game ran almost good and ran in a way that
Almost
like
good.
you could see more what they were trying to go for. But when you were playing on PS4s, you were getting lockup issues. It was hard crashing PS4s
Yeah,
for a
which is
while.
insane. I've never seen something like that.
I've never heard of a game completely crashing and freezing and
Yeah,
wiping the drive of a
yeah.
PS4.
100%. It
Um,
was very like crazy. I actually didn't. I
I
don't know if I
think.
mentioned that to you. I actually bought Anthem for very
Mhm.
cheap and played it with a few friends. We said screw it, and we were like,
Oh,
we
I did
know
too.
what to expect. We just bought it,
Yeah.
so we knew what to expect going into it, and it wasn't a big deal to us. Like, okay, if
Hmm.
this is a little busted, we understand it's busted. We bought it for like
Yeah.
$15 or something like that. And
Sure.
it honestly, it had the core of the game was incredible. The gameplay,
Oh
everything.
yeah.
It was
The
very well
flying. Once it
done.
got to that point.
Yeah, it was very
Yeah.
well done. It's just very repetitive, very stuck in the
Oh yeah.
same like middle ground. Like
It
once you
it
beat
felt
all the
like
strongholds, that was it.
it felt like pieces of a game is what it felt like.
It felt like almost a full game. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
it was very good gameplay wise, very good visually, very good.
Oh,
Like
the
everything.
shooting and the flying and all that was fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed that
yeah.
for like, the hours I did it.
The feeling of it was incredible. Like
Hmm.
everything I could like just the way that it felt like just doing all the actions in the game, you felt completely in control. One of the best flying mechanics I've ever seen. Like it was very good, very good game. It just
Yeah.
wish that it worked and they put a little more effort into it. So it'd be nice to see Anthem next. Is there what
I
they're calling it?
I agree, but B, I think Anthem is a lesson to a lot of developers on where you want to put your focus, whether you want to put it on kind of the next gen hardware or the current gen
Yeah.
hardware. Because Anthem should have really been a next gen game to
Uh-huh.
take advantage and run well for everyone.
Yeah.
That hardware that came out in 2013 Like that's not going to run stuff right. This is 2020, 2019. I mean, come on, guys.
No, and I think BioWare got a little too ambitious, and they didn't quite know what they were doing yet. I think
Hmm.
they realized after this that they need to hunker down, learn their lesson, and tweak it. And they got people from Respawn going over to BioWare to help out,
Hmm.
so that should
Which
be
is
interesting.
which is good. That's at least EA being smart about their studios.
Yes.
Like, you know, it's at
Yeah.
least something.
Yeah. hundred
One of the
percent.
things I was delighted to see was that Bethesda decided not to do a big announcement and another like showcase or whatever since E3 got canceled.
Mhm.
They really probably didn't have the information to support a full showcase this year anyway. So they've been kind of dribbling and dropping information here and there about stuff. They released the year two roadmap for Fallout 76, which looks super cool.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of new update stuff. I don't want to give it all away, but they've got some legendary perk cards and legendary system. They have like a battle pass now. It's going to be free, but you work your way through it like it's a game board.
Ooh, that's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
that is interesting. You complete a task, you move a space in the game, kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a good idea. They've been doing a few new like mechanics that haven't really been done
Yeah.
before. I think that after the downfall of everything, they were like, all right, let's
Hmm.
take this opportunity to try something new. Like, and I
Yeah.
think that
Well,
was a good
and
call on their part.
I think as much as it caught a bunch of crap for Fallout 76, Fallout 76 needed to happen because I think for Starfield, their real next gen game, they're doing a lot of the testing stuff for Fallout 76. They made Fallout 76 a guinea pig.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They did the same for Elder Scrolls Online for a little while, and then they bounced that
Well,
back.
Elder Scrolls Online was there, but Elder Scrolls Online was more ZeniMax, their like parent company
Yeah,
that
yeah,
took
yeah,
that
yeah,
idea.
yeah, yeah, I know. But yeah, it is still really cool to see it coming back with a little bit of life. Like as you saw, Rich was in here donating
Yeah.
because we mentioned the game, and it's
Well,
funny that of
and
course there's news dropping right after our
well, and
podcast.
in that mind step, if you're bored this weekend, it is a free to play weekend for them from the 14th to the 18th. If you want to check it out.
Yes, I saw that. There's a free trial for that and a free trial for Dreams on PS4. I'm gonna check
Yep.
out both. I definitely want to get into to Dreams. I've seen a lot of really cool, well designed like independent games on there. Like if
Yeah.
somebody's making an Avatar, the last Airbender game
I
by
heard about
himself
that.
on
Yeah.
there, and it looked incredible. Like he was putting in a lot of effort to make that
It
look good.
it seems like that little Big Planet community has just moved over to Dreams and they're just building amazing, interesting, crazy stuff. I
Hmm.
heard somebody built Fallout 4 in there, and they're building old Star Wars games in Dreams. Like they're doing everything in Dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are literally doing everything in there. Like they have the whole kind of funny office in there. That
Yep.
Greg walking around as this little like character. It's really cool. Yeah, that among other things, that game looks very interesting. I'm excited to see what they do with that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that one out. Um, yeah, what you been up to though? What have you been playing the last couple days?
I've been trying to get together with some of my friends and play some games online. We tried World of Warcraft for like 5 levels and then realized the free version of World of Warcraft doesn't let you play with friends.
Okay, that's a pain in the
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah, so we played that for like 5 minutes and we're like, that was a 100 gig install. So
For no reason.
yeah. So then we started. I got them into the Old Republic. We just started messing around with the Old Republic from back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Who's rocking
Uh,
that with
Ti
you?
Tim and Murph were messing around with it with me.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. What made me think of it was they did a charity stream the other day, like Rooster Teeth and all those guys,
Mm-hmm.
for something to do with COVID-19. I don't remember exactly what the charity was. It was helping people, helping the
Helping
kids.
the peeps.
But they did a like 3 or 4 hour run of the Old Republic with Bruce Green and Lawrence and like a bunch of those Funhouse and Rooster Teeth dudes.
Yeah.
And I was just hanging out one night and just had that going as I was playing games, playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And I was like, you know what? This kind of makes me want to play the Old Republic.
Yeah, dude. They've been pushing a lot of the old Star Wars games after Mandalorian came out. They were on hard with
Well,
that.
and not only that, but I forgot that like the Old Republic was so ahead of its time. It runs on anything now because that
Mm-hmm.
game came out like bleeding edge in 2012, so it was like middle of the road in 2016.
Yeah, that's very true.
So like we're all on laptops and we're all playing the Old Republic with a little bit of hiccups here and there, but nothing too big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I forget what company ported it over, but they hired somebody to do it, and it actually
Uh,
turned out pretty
it,
well.
it was BioWare.
Really, they ported it
BioWare.
over. I didn't.
BioWare built it, and then they made BioWare Austin, which is
Huh.
before they did Anthem. That's what BioWare Austin did, was the Old Republic.
No, no, no. I know they BioWare created it originally, but they had another team. They outsourced it to port it to the Switch and a couple
Oh,
other things.
oh no, 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 no! It's not. It's not. I know what you're talking about. It's not that. This is like the MMO, the Old Republic.
Oh no,
It's
yeah,
only
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah, yeah.
PC.
No, no, no. I understand. Yeah, there's a couple other games that they ported over, like Jedi Knight 2 and a
Yeah,
few other
exactly.
games. Yeah,
Yeah,
they've been
some of the
pushing a
some of
lot
the
of
other
them.
PC games.
Yeah, they've been
Mm.
pushing a lot of them. It's really cool. And then like with Star Wars Fallen Order coming out, they had a good push for people wanting to play Star Wars games. Like as soon as
Yeah,
I
exactly.
recall multiple posts I saw on social media talking about, oh, I just got done playing Star Wars Fallen Order, and I can't get enough of it. I want more lightsaber combat. I'm going to grab
Yeah,
Jedi Knight 2. I'm going to grab Old Republic. Like I need to
yeah,
play
exactly.
again. Yeah, yeah.
The funniest one of those like old school games that they brought back over was Podracer from episode 1. They brought back
Yeah.
the racing game.
Yeah, supposedly, I think I recently saw that Switch is picking that up, I believe, as well.
Yeah, that was
And
100% on Switch. Yeah.
yeah, I think they're making a new version of it as well. If I'm not mistaken, they're making a new
Yeah,
Pod Racer game, which would be just epic in my opinion. I love that
if
game.
they do it right, sure. Yeah, it could be
Yeah,
interesting.
I loved that game back in the day when I was a kid. That was one of my favorite things to play. I think
Hmm.
AMD bought it for me actually.
That sounds about right.
If I recall. Um, yeah, but like that, the big Star Wars push, I loved it. Ever since the Marvel stuff started to fade, Disney went all in on Star Wars, which was cool to
Yeah.
see. Very cool to see.
The last season of Clone Wars finally just ended. That was a good run.
Yeah, I've actually been catching up on that a good bit.
Mm,
I never fully finished the entire series, so I'm like
got
halfway
you.
through that. I need to check it out
I
more.
uh I went back and rewatched it in order. The beginning of that series is like out of order kind of thing, so I had to watch it slightly
Yeah, I
different.
know. I didn't mind that. I just went for it on Disney Plus. I actually
Well, the end of the series is in order. I think 4, 5, 6 is in order. It's just the first 3 seasons that are like all goofy.
got you. Yeah. I need to steal your Disney Plus login because
Yeah.
Joey doesn't have it anymore. I was using his for a while, and that's why I didn't ever finish Clone Wars. I was a little salty about that.
Well, you're ready. We're getting ready to drop Netflix and pick up HBO Max.
Are you? Why? You not
Dude,
watching Netflix much?
Netflix in 4K is $17 a month.
Wow. That's
Yeah, and I
that's a
don't
good
watch
bit
a whole
now.
heck of a lot of Netflix anymore. Like when there's a show I want to watch on there, I'll go binge it and like gobble it down, and then like I might not touch it for like a month or two at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've
Because
I've
between
had
that,
Carolyn's Netflix for forever. She doesn't pay for the
mm,
4K, but she's been letting me use that for ages. Only thing I
see,
pay for now is Amazon Prime.
I got the 4K, so it like it
Mm,
makes it expensive,
yeah,
and I'm like,
that's a little much.
you know. I get 4K on all the other like services just built in, but Netflix charges extra for it. Or I think Hulu doesn't do 4K. I think they're only 1080p, but Amazon just gives you 4K.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool though. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it's crazy to me that like YouTube can be completely free the way it is. I know it's a creation platform, so it's a little different,
yeah.
but
Well,
like
and
they run
it's the ad
beautiful
supported.
4K, beautiful though.
Oh yeah.
And Hulu's ad supported. Why can't they give us? Like they make
Well,
plenty of money.
there's one reason for that. Hulu got bought all completely during that whole like Disney buying Fox thing.
Yeah,
Like NBC completely owns Hulu, I believe, right now.
yeah.
Oh no, it's the other way around. It's the other way
Basically,
around. Disney owns Hulu right
the
now.
majority
ABC
stake.
owns them.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why they were
That's why
able to
they're
bundle
doing
it. Yeah.
exactly with ESPN and all that
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool to see them do that kind of stuff. Which I honestly I was ready to go for that, but
Mm,
again, Joey has Hulu, so I share that. I share my Amazon with him. He shares the Hulu with me.
exactly, exactly.
Oh man,
But
it's great.
but gaming wise, I think a highlight of the past day or so would probably be the new Paper Mario. That's what
For
personally got
sure.
me excited.
Ghost of Tsushima for me, for real. Like, I love Mario and all, but dude, oh my god,
Well,
Ghost of
Ghost of
Tsushima.
Tsushima looks amazing, but I don't have a PS4 or PS5, so I ain't gonna be playing that anytime soon.
Sorry. Nah, yeah, those exclusives are looking ridiculous now. Like, they've gone beyond what I ever expected. Because,
Oh
like,
yeah, oh yeah.
what I got from Horizon and, like, God of War, I thought, wow, like, games
Mm-hmm.
are really this good. And then just seeing The Last of Us 2 and seeing Ghost of Tsushima, it's like, what? How are you guys doing this? Like, this is incredible.
it's
So,
always it's always great at the end of any console
yeah,
generation because the devs have been working with the hardware so long, they have mastered what they can do with that particular generation. Like if you
100%.
look at a lot of the classic Super Nintendo games that we associate with Nintendo, half those games didn't come out till the end of the life cycle of the Super Nintendo.
Yeah. And like
Like the
Sucker Punch,
Castlevania remaster. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, thank you. Sucker Punch games, they haven't made anything for a long time. Like Infamous
Hmm.
Second Son was the last thing they were working on, so I imagine they've been working on Ghost of Tsushima for a very long time. It's around 6 years, I'd say.
Not to mention that, but they've been working on that for such a long time that you almost think they might have another idea for next gen around the corner. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or just building the like best game possible because it
Hmm.
looks huge, dude. Like being feudal Japan, like how big did they stretch it? You know, how realistic is it? How
I I
mm,
I think what's going to be one of those things you're going to be limited by the island. The island is probably going to be your loading area, sort of thing. Like you know what I mean? Because you got to remember, Japan, you could very easily go from island to island,
yeah, that's interesting. Maybe you get on a boat, go from A to B. That would
or
be
have like a
cool.
ferryman that you pay to take you to like the
Yeah,
next island, and that's your loading screen.
yeah, I could see that. And did you notice like how they did like the go like I'm probably gonna do a video on this specifically because of
Hmm.
how like detailed the trailer was. I want to break it down a little bit, but did you see like how epic the switch is? So like if you recall in like Infamous, they let you do like good or bad type thing.
Hmm.
Well, this game they're taking that to a whole new level, and it's not good or bad, but it's he starts out as a full on samurai, and then he
Hmm.
starts to shift into this ghost warrior that it has all these samurai then ninja abilities.
Yeah, you get that little like difference because traditionally a samurai without a master is called a ronin,
Yes.
and like ninjas are different, but they're like blending this like storyline that like oh you've gone rogue basically.
Yeah, and it's becoming crazy, like
Hmm.
epic. Like my man went from being very honorable and like, all right, I stand, I look you in the eye, we wait for the first move, and I attack. Like we know we're
Yeah,
battling each
this is
other.
the way we fight kind of
Yeah,
thing.
and then they even specifically brought up like now this is the way that the dishonorable Jin plays as the ghost, and he literally was just going in like Assassin's Creed style, just taking dudes
Yep.
out as soon as the dude saw him. He would swoop like throwing star right in his head. Like it was awesome, dude.
It,
That got me
it
so hyped. Me and Dan were
it'll
sitting
be
here like,
cool.
ah.
It'll be cool to see how different the playthroughs are because of that system.
Yeah, for real. Like it's gonna be very, very interesting to say the least.
Well, and it rewards you to be like honorable and play the game like role play style as opposed to just go in and murder everybody.
Well, we'll see how it rewards you because they said like you can choose the way that your upgrades blend in with your
Hmm.
character and your play style. So that I'm interested to see more into the detail about that. It definitely looks really cool. I'm
Yeah,
very
it'll be
excited
cool
about
either
that.
way.
That like I said, I keep bringing up The Last of Us. Like that trailer that they had amazed the crap out of me. I rewatched it again recently, and it just like the way that she moves, ducks, dodges. It's a very linear game, you can tell. So
Hmm.
everything's very reactive based on where you are and how you are in that game. So it should be really cool to see what they how they play that out. Like if that trailer was a bullshit lie where it's like, oh, it's just this scenario was like that. Or
Yeah,
it's the whole game, no matter where you go, if somebody's attacking you or you're moving, like it's very detailed and environment reactive. That should be really cool.
Cool.
You got anything else that you wanted to bring up?
Nah, man, that's pretty much it for me. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting some more time in with the Switch, give an excuse to get back on that again. But
I'm right there
other
with you,
than
man.
that, I've just been playing the Xbox primarily. Ori and actually the second one, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and then Yakuza Kiwami. Man, that Kiwami. If you have not messed with the Yakuza game, please check it out. I didn't think anything of it until I started playing, and I was like, oh, dude, this is slow, but this is really fun.
Okay, that's interesting because I have one for I have one of them. I forget which one, but they gave it to us for free, so I should check that out.
Because it's so story based, I'm glad I started with Kiwami, which is like the remaster
Yes.
of the original one,
Yeah.
because it gets you into the characters more. There's some that are just like straight up, I'm a thug yakuza dude, like and I'm very 2D. And then
Mm.
there's this one dude with an eye patch that keeps hunting you the whole game and hopping out of trash cans to challenge you and make you a better fighter and everything. Like this was like I was saying, it's got that Dragon Ball mindset to where this crazy dude just jumps out of you in a leopard shirt with an eye patch wanting to fight. Like, oh, you ready yet?
Okay, that's interesting. Um,
it's it's
wow.
really it's really something special.
Yeah.
I'm really glad they're bringing it to Game Pass and that Xbox is getting out there and getting a lot more of these Japanese titles
Yeah, they're
because
they're
I
pushing
never
for
would have
them hard.
if this wasn't on Game Pass, I never would have played it, and I'm
Yeah.
so glad I did.
I think they're trying to build a relationship with a lot of those Japanese companies so they can start getting
Hmm.
like screwed less on those exclusives because like most of the
Well,
exclusives just go straight. Their Japanese games go straight to
n-
PS4.
n- not to mention the fact that like a lot of this stuff goes back to when the 360 launched over there. They didn't give the Japanese developers the respect they deserved, so like they
They
never
didn't know
made
how
games
to.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never made games for it. The business style was different of like Americans showing up and going out to a business lunch and ordering all this food and being loud and stuff, and they were like, "Oh no, we don't do
We
this."
don't like you. I
But
know. I've thought about
it's
that.
it's getting better. It's getting better. More and more games are coming over, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I'm very
But
excited
yeah,
about that. That pretty
that's
much
pretty
does
much
it,
it for
though.
me.
Yep, that pretty
Yep.
much does it for the podcast. We wanted to get that out there, talk about the new announcements and stuff. We will be doing this again probably on Monday if there's a good enough amount of news over the
Yeah.
weekend.
We're trying
Um,
for Mondays and Fridays. That seems to be the big days of the week. We're
yes.
hitting the beginning and the end of the week. We bookmark it kind of thing.
Yeah, once in a while, if there's some big stuff, we'll pop out another podcast once in a
Yep.
while. But as of now, it'll stick to the regular gaming live streams, and then we will schedule our podcast. I'm thinking
Yeah.
actually we do maybe around like 4 or 4:30 next time because we'll let people get off
Yeah. Tell them.
work
Well.
and stuff because 3
Yeah.
o'clock's a little early, like there's people just getting off work or about to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
work. So I say we wait it out, do like 4:30, and people will be able to come
Yeah.
hang
Stay
out
tuned.
and chill and
Stay
chat.
tuned to Eric's feed. We'll be putting that up there, and then for the folks on YouTube, I'm quite sure you'll see it just as up there whenever.
Oh yeah, this is going up on YouTube very shortly. I'm gonna edit
Yep.
this right away, make sure it's all polished, and
Maybe
get all those bugs out.
throw in a trailer or two somewhere in the mix.
Yeah. All right, dude. Well, I think that about does it for us, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I
And everybody,
appreciate it.
make sure you keep on gaming.
Yeah, of course. Peace out, guys.